and then click on 100%. And then for me, when I did that, it like scrolled down, so then I had to scroll it back up. It's kind of
okay. So the Nashville event was so much fun. Shelby and I got to go together, and neighbor came with me. There were so many great people there. Brandon Stevens was there. Brittany Hitch was there. Frayne was there. Casey Wheeler, Brooke Lloyd. Like, there was so many people spitting some serious knowledge. Katie Williams. So I took some notes, and I'm going to quickly go through this. So if you've got a pen and paper, just get ready to like be poured into. Sorry, I'm just going to admit people. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to start off with is an exercise that they had us start out with during the training. So we are going to make a list or a few lists. Try and think of like 5+ people for each of these tasks. So the first one is we're going to spend 1 minute. And I want you to write down the people who you are closest to in your life. Like if you had to think about people you wanted to do this business with you, like your ride or die people. If you're about to rob a bank, they'd be there with like their ski mask and the keys to the getaway car. Like who those people are. So for 1 minute, write down a list of those names who you would want to join you here in a perfect world. So take 1 minute and write down some names. Sweetie. Hey guys, do you mind just making sure that your mics are muted? Okay, and so that was the first exercise. The second minute we're going to take, we are going to think about local people. So these could be your neighbors, your friends, people you know through church, people you work with. You know, it could be like a local mom in the mom group, you know, who's always like hosting the play dates and starting get-togethers, stroller walks, whatever. So those people that you know locally, and go. Okay, so the next one, we are going to spend the next minute thinking about the non-local friends that we have. This could be the people that you've been talking to on Instagram, people that you are friends with on Facebook. You know, think about all the people that you connect with on social media. They reply to your stories all the time, or you do theirs. So think about, you know, who these people are. Their follower count doesn't matter. They could have 10 followers. They could have 50 followers. Just think about like the trustworthy people, the kind people, authentic people, and just take 1 minute and write down those people. Karen, it was the people who were like your closest people, your ride or die people was the first one. So, so your closest people, your ride or dies, your local friends was the second. And now we're doing non-local friends and social media friends. So go ahead and take a minute. Okay, hopefully you guys are getting some good stuff here. The next minute, we're going to go over the most successful people that you know. So think of all the people that you who stand out to you, whether it's, you know, you found them on social media and they're successful with another company, whether it's someone who you thought was really successful in another business that you did, someone who really has like leadership qualities, who those people are. Take a minute and write down those people.
Okay. I think Brittany fell off. Sorry, guys. I just worked out, so I look like poo. But I'm not sure where Brittany went. But I think she's going to try and get back on. So give her a second. She's like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't think you're here anymore. Hold on. I have her slides.
Let's see for me.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I don't know if y'all heard me. My internet went out. I don't know if it's from the snow or what's going on, but it's back. So I'm gonna share my screen again. 2, 3, 4. So the last one that we were going to be doing was people who you know who are.
Hey, Brittany, your
What?
screen's not being shared.
It's not yet. It should be now.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I was pulling it back up. So
right, cool.
The last minute, sorry guys about that. The last minute is going to be people who you know who are struggling with. Did you guys hear that before I lost service?
No.
Okay, so we're going to take a minute really quickly and talk about or write down the names of people who you know who are struggling, whether that is financially, whether you know someone who's dealing with insomnia, postpartum hair loss, postpartum like hormone imbalances, people who might need some financial help, some community, the people who you know or who you have seen talk about needing some help. Go ahead and write a list of those names for the next minute. Okay, guys, so hang on to those names because we're going to touch on it at the end of the call. So we are going to go ahead and jump into the training that we got. I'm going to try and go through this as quickly as possible. So just go ahead and keep up as best as you can. And I will be happy to share notes if you're not able to write it all down. So we're going to start off with 10 non-negotiable reasons why we should be 100% committed. Training. This is how we started everything off. And if you know anything about Brandon Stevens, you know he is like fire and he knows his stuff, and he is definitely someone to listen to. So number one was team will do what you do. They won't do what you say. So what that means is that we all need to be leading by example, showing up for yourself, showing up for your team, your business, being excited, being passionate, being consistent. These are things that the people who are on your team are going to also watch you do. And they're going to want to model that because they're going to see that these things are leading to your success. And they'll know that if they follow the same path that you follow, that it can help them find success as well. The second thing is events. They are going to give your team new life and most importantly, a time extension. So I was totally flabbergasted when he told us that if you or your team miss events, that your success is delayed by 6 months. You guys, that's crazy. Like you just think about it. And I thought it was crazy at first too. But then I thought back to Alexi's story from when she was at convention in September and she left and she like so fast and she hit elite and it was really exciting. And her momentum from that event was just absolutely contagious. So the other thing I wanted to touch upon is when there are events, if you can't make it, at some point in time, they always release like a virtual ticket. So you can purchase that. You don't have to worry about the flight accommodations. You don't have to worry about, hotel stay or food somewhere else or finding childcare. If those are things that are keeping you from going to convention in a couple of weeks, just know that there will always be, or typically, at least all I've seen, be a virtual ticket. So you can still get all of that really valuable training without personally physically being there. But physically being there is definitely the way to go because you get to have that connection with your team and be present. And, not only is it good for you, but it's so good for people to see our community because there are people out there who might be with another company and they don't have that sense of community where they are. And that might be what brings them here. Or it could be someone who's like a stay-at-home mom and just feels lonely and like really wants community and sees like our awesome trips. And they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of that. Okay. So just remember that events are very important. And that's what he was talking about in the segment of the training. So you're going to hear a lot about that. The third thing, events strengthen your relationships. When you commit and get your team committed, it shows that you care about their success. So what does that say? So, yeah. Okay. And then it says it brings a tight sense of community. So just, when you show up, when you commit to showing up for your team, then they're going to know that you care about them, right? Every day you should show up for your people. When we go to events together, we're showing up for our team. We're building this together. We're doing really exciting things together. And that just shows like all of us that like we're in this together, right? We want to do things together. Courage and commitments are contagious. We are not here to be liked. We are here to be led. And that is like so important. People are going to join your team because they know that you are going to be their leader. Someone is trusting you to give them these tools for this business. So you need to show them how to run the business. You've got to show up, you've got to lead, you've got to follow up and give them the tools that they need so that they can be successful. Because yes, hitting ranks is really exciting, but watching your team thrive and win and hit these ranks is like, it's the best. Okay, moving on. I will answer questions after the call. I just wanted to make sure we get through this just so I'm not taking up everybody's time on a Sunday night. Events will make you and your team absolutely unstoppable. The training and the community and the excitement is like the perfect like recipe for momentum. Like everybody's watching. People are always watching what you're doing. And when you're at these events and you're sharing all of these things and you have all this excitement, that is going to build momentum. And around our convention times and our events, we always have promos. Like people who bought tickets virtual or in person for the Nashville event that we had yesterday, they get a 2020 promo that ends tomorrow night. Like that's awesome. Convention, we have promos for people who were there. We have and who have virtual tickets, and we have products that are launching. Like it's a really exciting time to take advantage of that momentum. The sixth thing, the environment can never be replicated or duplicated. That is important. Being there, sorry, I'm like trying to read my phone at the same time. Being there and feeling that energy, there's nothing that will compare. It like will reignite your spark and, you know, really help fill up your business cup. Number 7 is events build vision. It shows your distributors, it shows your ambassadors what is possible. It shows ambassadors who are watching what is possible. When you're seeing people who you know, who you've talked with and been in chats with, walking across that stage, being recognized for their hard work and their wins, that's really exciting. You're showing people what's possible, and they show not only other people and your team, but they show you what is possible. Like you're able to see the big picture, the long-term vision. And Brandon Stevens talked about, I'm probably going to butcher it, scotomas. And basically what it is like, imagine you're standing on a mountaintop and you have all of this like beautiful stuff around you, but you're kind of like focused on like, all you can see is like one mountaintop, like way off in the distance. And you're like, oh my gosh, like that's so far, I can't even see anything. Well, it's the same thing with your business. Something that's like seems really far away and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that's so far away, and you're not focusing on everything else, then like it seems impossible, right? So you have to open up your vision, your peripheral vision, and see all of the stuff that's around you that's going on right now that's really excited. Like focus on every single step, every single, you know, thing going on in your business organization, the people that you're talking to. Consider every single day that you even get to talk to someone, whether it's someone on your team or someone new, like an absolute win, you know, because it's getting you closer to that mountaintop that's so far away. You just have to see the bigger picture. You have to see everything that's around you. The 8th thing is leaders find a way to make it happen. You have to be a first-minute person, not a last-minute person. When I was in flight attendant training, Allie, I know you're on this call, so you probably know exactly what I'm about to say. But when they were training us for, you know, flights and things like that, it was, what was it? Oh my gosh, now I forgot, I'm blanking. It was on time is late. No, early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. So when you're thinking about like hopping on a call or scheduling a call with someone else, like make sure that you are always like the first person there. Make sure that people can count on you to not like be late. Like you want to be someone who your team sees as accountable, who your upline in the company sees as accountable. You know, just leaving an awesome impression. Number 9, do it because it works. Every leader builds from event to event. So you guys, Brooke Urban, and she went to convention of bronze, right, Alexi? And she left and double ranked from silver to gold in like a week after convention. That's what it was, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, and then Alexi went to convention executive and left elite, right? So, yep. So, convention, like these events, you guys, they are fire. Like they are known. It is proven that they're going to accelerate your business. And I know convention's 2 weeks away. When they open up the virtual tickets, please, please, please grab them. I know things have come up. I know it was short timing. I know that some of you were brand new and like the planning just didn't work out. But please, if you can get a virtual ticket, do that and get that training. Take advantage of the promotions that they're going to share. Take advantage of the training and the momentum. And the last thing is passion and excitement is caught and not taught. So you have to go into every conversation that you have pumped about the outcome. Every single conversation you have with someone, have the confidence that you are bringing the best opportunity, and go into it thinking like, this person is going to say yes. They're going to say yes because what I am offering them kicks ass. Okay. Just, be confident in what we have to offer here, because what we have is fantastic. So moving on, this was a section from Katie Williams, and it was about mindset and belief. And you guys, I am so big on this, like don't look and say, oh gosh, I don't have time. I'm not going to be able to hit elite in 4 months, or I'm not going to be able to hit
She said, give her a sec. She's trying to fix it. I texted her. I think it's the weather out in Tennessee. It's causing her to have some issues with her internet. Oh, hey. Don't mind me. While we're waiting for her. Oh, I think she's back. She's back.
I'm back. Sorry. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, you guys. So annoying. I appreciate everybody bearing with me. So let's go here. What was the last thing that you heard me say? Alexi?
I can't remember. Oh, I figured out how to zoom in.
Woo!
You said passion is caught and not taught.
Passion is caught and not
Oh
taught.
no, that was before that. The last thing you were talking about was basically you had just started talking about mindset and saying that you're a big believer in our mindset.
Thank you. Okay. Believer in limiting beliefs, that if you tell yourself you can't accomplish something, you won't accomplish it. So, to the other side of that, if you tell yourself I am going to hit bronze by March, you can do that, So going along to that, with that, is what I'm focusing on today actually moving my life forward in a positive direction? Okay. So you have to ask yourself every day, if that's what it takes, is what I'm doing right now in my business going to propel my business forward? Or am I just making excuses, or is this just a waste of time to sit here and scroll social media? Should I be reaching out to people instead, or following up with people? Like, should I be going back to my customers? Like, is what you're doing a good use of your time? And is it going to move your business and your life forward in a positive direction? And just ask yourself every single morning, what am I going to focus on today? It doesn't have to be stuff that's going to take forever, but just, little bits throughout your day. What can you focus on that is going to move your business forward? And then she put up a quote that I really liked, and it was, old keys won't open new doors. So if you had things in the past that you did, it could be like tendencies or, self-limiting beliefs or whatever it is. If those things didn't work for you in the past, if the way that you did things with businesses in the past didn't work, or with friendships or relationships didn't work, then they're not going to help you now, right? So we have to shift our mindset and always be open to learning more and being coachable, and just being confident that we can do what we want to do. And when we get new ambassadors, it is so exciting, but that is not, like the end of things, right? That is really where the hard work starts. Because yes, you found somebody, they trust you, they want you, they know that you can take them by the hand and teach them this business. And that's exactly what you have to do. When you get your ambassadors, it is a responsibility. It's an exciting responsibility, and we're so excited to have it. We're so excited to be the ones who get to help them feel better with the products, find the business, and feel better about our community, you know, whatever it is, we've got something for everybody here, and we get to show those people that, right? So holding your ambassadors' hands when they get started, and giving them their next steps. So that was what our 30 Days to Executive program was giving, you know, our new ambassadors things in bite-sized pieces. And that's exactly what we've got to be doing here. It's just making sure that we, you know, follow our systems, get people, you know, their businesses launched, their ribbon cutting, whatever you want to call it. And we have to help them every step of the way. And you cannot quit when it gets hard. Brandon Stevens also had said on a call that people don't lose here. They, you know, you quit, you give up, but there's no losing here. If you stick it out, if it doesn't happen right away, that's okay, because everybody's journey is going to be different. It's a brand new company. We haven't hit momentum yet. If you think constantly long-term vision and what you've got to do to get there, it's going to come, I promise. And this was, we're going into like my favorite part of the training. Make your time make you money. Stop wasting your time. Okay. So we are going to talk now about time blocking and why it's important. So you've got to think about your long-term vision. It's going to include probably a season of hustle. If you want to have these achievements really quickly, then you're going to have to make some sacrifices. So when it's not fun, you've got to chuck those feelings out the door and focus on that long-term vision. Okay, so we are in January. I know that a lot of you wanted to be bronze and silver by the end of the year. So when you're tired and you don't want to hop on a Tuesday night Zoom call for 30 minutes or even for 15 minutes just to show your face and listen, you know, think that long-term vision. Think about the sacrifices. And one thing that that Casey Willer said during this segment that really struck a chord with me, because you guys, December, Alexi and I hustled so hard, and we both felt so much mom guilt because we felt like we weren't present enough with our families during the holiday season, and it was really heavy. We both got emotional with each other. And here's the thing, okay? Hustle culture isn't always bad. You can shift your perspective. And so instead of me sitting on a Zoom call, you know, in the middle of the night, or not in the middle of the night, but, you know, my kids' bedtime, and feeling bad that I'm not singing songs and tucking my kids in or giving them baths, shift your focus to think like, oh, how lucky that my kids aren't going to remember me being busy in this season. They're going to remember bath time with their dad reading them books, their dad tucking them in. And there's nothing wrong with that, because typically I feel like the balance is we do all of this fun bedtime stuff, but you don't have to feel, you know, guilt or all of that pressure to do everything. So we are going to talk about practical tips, accepting that the sacrifice is going to be necessary. Like, you're going to have to give some things up, and just see things from a positive perspective. Like I was just saying, like, alter your thinking a little bit. Yes, it's a sacrifice to have to take time out of your evening routine to hop on these calls. But when it is part of what is going to get you to that goal that you have for the end of the year, that is a sacrifice that is absolutely worth making. So we're going to talk about time blocking. When you're time blocking, you need to write down your personal priorities. You know, so if you have a calendar, which you all should have, if you're brand new, we will get you a copy of our team planner. But if you have a calendar, you want to write down on your calendar your personal priorities. So if you want to work out for 30 minutes a day or 3 days a week, whatever it is, if you want to go get your hair done or whatever it is, I will get that to you, Lynn. Whatever it is that your personal priorities are, you need to write those down. So then Casey says, you know, breaking things down into a 40-40-20 like bucket, right? So 40% is your personal business non-negotiables. Guys, we don't have a ton of things that we try and really harp on. And we have our team calls on Tuesday nights, 7:30 Central Time. Like, it's always on Tuesdays, except for tonight when it's on Sunday. You know, have that be a non-negotiable. Have that be something that you share with your spouse or your children. And you say, you know, guys, every night on Tuesday, 7:30, I have a Zoom call with my team. You know, you let them know, you put it on a calendar, the family calendar, whatever it is. But if people know ahead of time, it's like soccer practice, right? Oh, little Timmy has soccer practice every Thursday night or Wednesday and Friday night. When those things are known and they're non-negotiables, it is a scheduled event, then you know that you have to work things around so that you can be present. Okay. The other 40% is for your level 1 people. Those are the people that you've enrolled. What do they need from you? Do they need you in a group chat? Do they need you to help them get someone launched, like help someone get their business rolling? What do they need from you? That is the other 40% of your time blocking. And then the 20% would just be the rest of your business to-dos, right? So that could be, you know, if you're creating content, or if you are like talking to people on social media, things like that would take the other 20%. So there are things that are going to be important, but I want you to just be able to look at this and say, okay, I'm going to take from each of these buckets and really work to time block. So I know that some people struggle with like cleaning their house, like, you know, laundry and stuff like that. And you're like, oh my gosh, taking on something else just seems daunting. You know, really learn which bucket those things fall into and how to prioritize them. And so, oh, someone drew on the screen. Okay. Answer these 3 questions and confronting objections. So this was from Brittany Hitch, and talking about, does this make sense? Can I do this? And will someone help me? Those are the 3 questions that people most likely have when you start a conversation with them about this business, about joining this business, right? They want to know if it makes sense for their lifestyle. They want to know if they can actually do this, or if it's just like, we're all unicorns, you know what I mean? And they can't do it. And will someone help them? Okay. So those are the things that when we are talking to them, we want to make sure that, does anyone know how I can erase this off the screen? Let's see. I guess not. Okay. We want to make sure that we are answering those questions when we're having a conversation with them. So you want to be direct. You want to have a super direct approach when you're talking to people. With our brand new ambassadors and our new connections that we are making, pick up the phone, leave them a voice message, let them hear the excitement in your voice. I am always available for absolutely anybody on any of our teams. You can pick up the phone and you can call me, or we can voice memo back and forth to practice your voice memo, to practice your dialogue, just so that you get really comfortable with how you share. And if you want to be coachable, I am more than happy to help you like tweak what you're saying, tweak how you're saying it, so that you can get your point across. And more importantly, you can like convey that excitement and that passion that's going to make someone open their ears and want to listen. And obviously confidence and excitement, like I was just talking about, you want to know what you're talking about and you want to be excited, because confidence is always better. Like having confidence is always better than trying to convince somebody, right? Like being confident and secure in what you have to offer here and in what you know we can do for someone else is better than like begging them and convincing them. We don't want to do that here. If you have to convince someone to jump in with you, you're going to have to drag them the whole way, and no one wants that. Be the bridge. So be the bridge between yourself, because if you're new here, or even if you've been here for a little while and you still don't have your 2 ambassadors, that's okay. You don't have a story to tell yet, but you know someone who does, whether it's me hitting elite in 4 months, Alexi hitting bronze in 5 months, Brittany Hitch hitting black diamond in 13 months. You guys, like we have some amazing leaders in this company. We have some great testimonies. And these are people like you could put any of us in a group chat with somebody that you're talking to. So to do that, you have to edify the person that you're talking about. Oh my goodness. My best friend, Alexi, is amazing. Like you guys, she hit bronze in 5 months. She's making $1,700 a month right now, and they're paying $200 a month towards her car payment. Like it's so amazing. She is so passionate about this company. She is an amazing, amazing leader, and she can answer all your questions. Like, do you want to ask her some questions? I'll put you in a group chat. So edifying the person that you are talking to. You're not recruiting people to Q Sciences. You're recruiting people to you. People are jumping in on your team because of you and who you have to connect them with. Okay. So if they know you, they trust you, and that is why they are here. And if you have not really gone super far and gone through the ranks, that's okay, because you know me and you know Alexi, and we are more than happy to be connected with these people that you are talking to and have them become our best friends too, and pour into them the same way that we pour into absolutely everybody, that we all pour into each other. You know, we all have things to offer. And it doesn't have to be Alexi or I, you know, someone could be very into herbalism and have questions about hemp. And Kate, who is one of our executives, she would be a great person to connect them with. Or maybe someone is really into homeschooling, and Georgiana and Lacey and Laura and I think Beth, right? Like they're all homeschool moms. Like there are so many ways that you can connect people outside of our company to people on our team to have them feel that sense of community and like security and belonging. And then 99% of who you are working with is what needs to be done in the conversation. So what you're doing, who you're like talking to, and then only 1% actually should be about the company. That's just the same thing with our peak posts, right? Like we are talking about our why. And then, you know, the little bit at the end is about like the growth of the company we have to offer. And so if you were running a brick and mortar business, you would show up every day, whether you wanted to or not. So show up. Okay. If you're little Susie and you have a bakery down the road and you wake up and it's raining and snowing outside and you're like, oh gosh, I'm so tired and my back hurts and I have this to do later. Like you wouldn't not go into your brick and mortar business, right? You would go in, you would show up and treat this as a business, because if you treat this as a business, it's going to boom like a business and you are going to grow. And the last thing I wanted to leave off on was, you know, that quote that I'm sure everybody knows, that people aren't going to remember what you say or what you did, but they're going to remember how you make them feel. So when you are talking to the people in that list that you made, when you're talking to these people, just connect with them, be authentic and be genuine. And, you know, it'll be good. It'll be golden, because they're going to remember how you made them feel. If you're not slimy and salesy, if you're not aggressive, if they say no, they're going to remember that. And then who knows, months down the road, they might say yes. Like Whitney said yes to me a while. But when you show up and you constantly have confidence and you're always sharing your business, people are going to watch, and you never know. You never, ever know. The next person you ask could be someone you were afraid to ask, and they could be your big yes that's going to help you hit the ranks. You know, they could be your shiny penny, your superstar. You just don't know. So that list that you guys put together at the beginning of the call, hold on to that. If you want to reach out to those people because you've now got them written down, great. That's awesome. If you want to know how to reach out to them, feel free to message me and I will happily troubleshoot with you. Yeah, our next call, I'm thinking Alexi and I will figure it out. I have more topics that we can cover. We have dialogue videos that we can share. So I just wanted to start this week out with a bang and have it be super exciting. So
Lexi,
is there
one thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what you wanted to add.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, as we head into convention next month, I'm excited. I'm so excited to meet the people who are coming. I'm so excited that we're all going to be in a house together. It's going to be tight. We're all going to get very close. I'm very excited to meet everyone. But more importantly, I want all of you who, when I went to convention in September by myself, didn't know anybody, stayed in a house with a whole bunch of people. I didn't know any of them, sat in the back of the convention by myself. I figured it out. And I remember I came back. That was the month that I hit elite. My OV the month before was only like 2,000. And I remember all of you who have been here since September were like, I can't wait until the next convention. I can't wait to be at the next convention. I want to be at the next convention. And a lot of you guys aren't coming. And I get it that things come up and money is money. Like that's tough. I get that. But what I want to say is that the next convention, I want us all there. And I want you all right now to get in the mindset of I'm going to be at that convention, and whatever that means, putting aside $20 a month. Do the math. Like, what's it going to cost to get a ticket? What's it going to cost to get your plane ticket? What will it take to have someone watch your kids? Can you bring your kids? Brittany and I's goal is, as soon as we find out when the next convention is, we're going to book a house. Like, we're not going to do what we did this time, because I am going to go into this with the mindset that you guys are going to show up, because I believe I went to that, I went to the Nashville event online, and it was so good. And could I be at every single live? No, because I have a life and a family, and I was like doing things, but I was listening when I could. But I also have lifetime. I can go back and watch that anytime I want. And it was $25. So the one in September was actually in Dallas, but because they're getting bigger, they had to move it to Salt Lake City to accommodate more people. So I think that moving forward, it will always be in Salt Lake City, but they do regional events. And I'm actually planning a regional event in Charleston with corporate right now. So if anyone's near Charleston, there will be a regional event down here. And if you can't be here, it's $25 to get an online ticket, and you have access to all of these recordings forever. And you can always go back. Yeah. And you get the promos. Every time they've done a regional event, anybody who has a ticket gets the promos. Even like, so I wasn't at in Nashville, but I still get the 2020 promo for the weekend. I know it's hard. I know that it costs money. I know that it doesn't give you PV, but even just sitting in my house, listening to these people talking, it got me excited. And I was texting Brittany the whole time, like, oh my gosh, that was so good. That was so good. I love this girl. Like, people that I didn't even know were leaders in our company were there talking, and they were so good, because it wasn't the same thing that I hear every week from the people who like talk. And I love the people who are there every week, but this was somebody new, and it got me excited. And I heard things that I hadn't heard before. And I'm just saying, I love you guys so much. And I don't want you to miss out on the importance of being at these events and hearing this stuff and getting excited again, because that's one thing they said is like, it's really easy to get in these funks after like 3 to 4 months and just being like, same day, same thing, lots of no's. And then you go to an event and it's like, you remember why you're here.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to an event like every 3 to 4 months, you're going to get tired and you're going to forget why you're here.
Brandon Stevens' wife makes him like, if he goes home and he's home too long and he starts to get in like a funky mood, she's like, you need to go to an event. Like, we need to figure out where the next event is, and you have to go because like you need this for your business. So.
And I think everybody does, like, whether it's a $25 in virtual ticket, I don't care if you just get a virtual ticket. If you get a virtual ticket to convention, that's freaking amazing. I get it. I don't want to.
I want everybody to have a virtual ticket for convention.
Yeah, but just being there when you can and listening and going back when you want to hear these things again, it's so good to just have them, because there's things that they said yesterday that I can't record for you guys to watch, and I can't send you in a video, but that I wish you could have heard. Like the difference in the way that those audio messages sounded. Like when Brooke Lloyd shared that girl's voice message the first time she sent it to her versus after they practiced it and changed it up, it was like things like that you just.
And she was only builder, you guys. Like they she had just hit builder and they like recognized her and they took her audio messaging because they were so impressed with her audio messaging. So like, I don't know, like your business, you never know, you go to these events and you never know what you could be recognized for. I don't know.
Our company is so small that like when you show up to an event and there's 60 people there, you get to chill with Brandon and Brittany and Brooke and Katie Williams like it's nothing. Like I can't wait. That's why I literally planned this event in Charleston, because I was like, I'm going to get to hobnob with the mighty and they're going to know who I am. Like they're going to know me. That's big. Like, and if you don't know, if you don't have any events in your area, email Jackie and plan a regional event, and she will get leaders to wherever you live, and you can have a regional event there. Like that's
and you get to bring guests for free. You get to bring guests for free, which is super cool. Like They don't have to pay anything to go. They just get to go, and they do basically an op call at the beginning, and then they could stay and hear all this incredible training and see the culture and the experiences, and they get to be part of that. And then, I mean, who wouldn't be like all stars in their eyes after you see all of this and be a part of it? So
Yeah,
and
sorry.
there's
That's all I
another
wanted to say.
Nashville regional in March too. Jake will be there.
Yay.
Hey guys, when is the one in March?
The one
There's
in
no
March.
date yet.
Where-
The one in March, there's not
Okay.
an actual date yet. Brittany and Jake are still trying to figure that out. So, that's.
I was wondering 'cause
as
my
soon as
birthday's in
as
March.
Brittany tells me, huh?
I was wondering because my birthday is in March.
Oh, well, happy birthday! Why don't you come to Nashville? So yeah, we'll let
thinking.
you know. We'll keep everybody posted on all the regional. You can always see what they are, when they are, where they are, by looking in your back office, and I'm sure they're always shared on the Q Collective and things like that too. But this, you know, I mean, I hope you took a lot of stuff away from this, but the it's so important just to try and be present for these events, whether it's virtual or in person. And I know that in person can't always work, but the virtual tickets, they still get you the promos, they still get you the training, and then you're put in a Facebook group and you can go back and you can watch all the videos, you know, after the fact, which is awesome. So, does anybody have any questions?
You said you're put in a Facebook group if you attended the event or if you had a virtual
Yes.
ticket?
Yeah, Shelby, you should have an email from Brittany Hitch
Okay.
in your email. If you go back, it just says like, it might say Brit Hitch or it says Brittany Hitch, but you go through and there will be a Facebook.
I can
link.
add you, Shelby, and then you just have to put your ticket
Oh.
number.
Okay.
Boop, boop. Anybody else?
Also just to highlight, I know she just said this, but if you do get the regional ticket to convention, like the Ignite convention, you also get the bundle pricing. So if you remember from last convention, the bundles were like, they had a $200 bundle, a $400 bundle, and a $700 bundle. I got the $400 bundle and it had like 4 bottles of collagen, 4 bags of protein, and every new product. Otherwise, you're going to be paying full price. So if you are going to want the products from convention and you're going to want them at a discount, pay the $50 or $25, whatever it is for the convention ticket, just so you can get the big bundles and pay. Like, I remember being like, holy cow, the price of this bundle is the price of 4 bottles of collagen. And it was 4 bottles of collagen plus everything else they launched. So the bundle prices, yeah, it's a big price, but you're getting everything that they drop. So I'm just saying it's well worth getting your ticket, getting that training, and getting those awesome bundles where you can try all the products in one go.
Do you remember when virtual tickets went on sale?
They did them the day that it started. It was like
Okay.
the day of.
And it was only
Because
like
we
$50,
didn't-
right?
We didn't even know they were doing virtual tickets. They launched it like
Yeah.
very last minute.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're gonna do it again this time. Cindy, number 4 was courage and commitments are contagious, and we're not here to be liked. We are here to be led. We are here to lead people. So that was number 4. Did anybody else have questions? Anyone want to say anything? Add anything? Y'all are quiet. Well, I am so happy that you guys are here and that you take the time out on a Sunday. Blab. Shelby. Sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah.
All right, is that what your face is for?
Yes.
Sorry, I was like swiping through. I was like, I'm checking everyone out. Well, I'm happy you guys are all here. I hope that you guys can get virtual tickets. I hope that everybody who's feeling like crap feels better. So everybody just go into this week Like, I hope you feel like your business cup is full and maybe your spark is reignited, or you found something or heard something that just kind of made you feel like ready to take this week by the cojones and like run with it. So that being, a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. And if you need me, I am here. You good?
Bye, guys.
Good night.